What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freak coming at you today with another comic review. And today we are going to take a look at the New 52 Aquaman Volume 5, Sea of Storms. Again, this is just going to be a very quick review. I'll kind of blabber about the comic myself, but then I'll give you guys an overview of pretty much what the back says. So let's get started. Aquaman faces a forgotten Atlantean legend, the Kraken. A massive crustacean of incredible power. The Kraken once served the king of Atlantis, but now continues one of his... constitutes as one of his greatest threats. And when Aquaman's trident is stolen, a host of ancient evil is freed from a mysterious portal along with a Greek demigod, Hercules. So a lot happening in this volume, as you can say. Sorry about my little hiccup on that one word there. Sometimes that happens. But anyway, so Aquaman, Volume 5, Sea of Storms. There's a lot going on in this volume itself. Now, one thing I will say about this that me and my friend Jake covered when we talked about this over Facebook, because me and him are both Aquaman fans, and when I got this, he was excited to hear pretty much what it was about. I gave him a little bit of spoilers and everything like that. But after everything that happens in this volume, it's funny that the cover that the cover picture that they chose for what happens in this volume, that this is what they chose out of all of the things that happen in this volume. This is kind of what they chose, was this scenario of Aquaman saving a diver being chased by a shark. It's one of the smallest things that happens in this volume, but at the same time, it's still pretty cool. I want to say him maybe fighting the Kraken, or maybe even fighting Hercules, would have been pretty badass. But they took this cover, so it's not bad. It's nice. Aquaman with sharks, you can't go wrong. And then on the back, you have this picture of Aquaman, which he is coming out of the water. So, anyways, Aquaman Volume 5, a lot happening, as you can already tell from the back, the back preview. Aquaman fights the Kraken, and he fights Hercules. Pretty crazy. Again, they're pretty much showing that Aquaman should not be underestimated, and people should stop telling jokes about him, and, making him into a joke, more or less, because Aquaman is serious. Again, just to show you guys a few pages here on some stuff that goes on. Pretty awesome art, as always. The artwork is amazing. I love the story. This volume is probably by far one of my favorites, just because of the fight with the Kraken. I mean, once I come across the picture here that shows you actually the mass of the Kraken, it's pretty crazy. Let me see if I can find something. Probably in the beginning, because the Kraken's there. So let's see if I can skip back a little bit. Or maybe not. Maybe they don't physically show it until that part. Okay, yeah, because you don't get you don't get a good look at the Kraken really until this part. So, trying to, that'll have to do. So anyway, here's a good look at the Kraken. Many pages, many different angles, so on and so forth. Hopefully that's all getting the shot. But there you go. There is the Kraken. Big, gigantic, terrifying, scary as hell, probably strong as hell. Crazy. Giant creature, right? And this is one of the spoilers that I could not lead out of Jake once I showed him a picture of the Kraken. Because he was like, how does Aquaman defeat that? Well, his girlfriend, Mara, pretty much, does like this whirlwind, tidal wave, underwater, type deal, kind of like an underwater tornado, that helps Aquaman launch up almost practically into space. He's pretty much, on the borders of the atmosphere of the Earth. That is how high he gets launched. And then Aquaman is just shooting down from the sky, and then there's that picture of, the Kraken, causing a whole bunch of devastation. So Aquaman's up, at the boundaries of the atmosphere, almost into space, and as he comes down with all his might, this picture right here, who knows how fast he is flying down towards this thing. And we already know Aquaman has super strength and strength that can rival Superman. And he comes crashing down on top of the Kraken's head. And it hardly phases it. He still has to fight it afterwards, and that is just crazy. That doesn't mean Aquaman's weak or anything. That just kind of means if Superman did the same damn thing, it would have freaking just kept coming. So Aquaman has to continue to fight this thing after pretty much what me and Jake like to call the atmosphere punch doesn't even phase him. That's pretty crazy. So an epic battle between Aquaman and the Kraken, very exciting, and it's a great way to open up this volume. There's nothing more I can say. Here's another great shot of Aquaman fighting the Kraken on this page right here. Just another great shot, great artwork, great coloring, no flaws whatsoever. It is just a great way to start off this volume. And then later on, Aquaman ends up, I forget how he comes into the story. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, funny fact about this too. Of course, here's Aquaman saving the diver, from the sharks and all that stuff. And the reason Aquaman can't turn the sharks away is mainly because this diver pretty much ended up getting cut and getting bled. And apparently, this was news to me. I didn't know this about Aquaman's powers. But, how he can, control sea life and everything like that with his mind. Sharks, apparently, if they are in a hunger state of mind, they smell blood in the water or anything like that, that just kind of overtakes, their brain and the rest of their body, to where Aquaman, he could try his hardest to try to, control them and whatnot, but he can't do it just because they are in that crazed sense of needing to want to kill something. They smell the blood in the water, so that just makes them unable to control by his means. I didn't know that he can't control sharks if they are in that state of mind. That's pretty crazy, that his powers are limited to that. That's something new to know. So his powers do have weaknesses to a certain extent. But he does, I'm trying to find the part where he comes across Hercules. I know it's later in the series. It has to do with, yes, okay, remember in the back when I said Aquaman loses his trident? Well, his trident actually gets stolen by this artifact, adventurer kind of dude. And he ends up laying the trident in this stone tablet. And what it is it's a key pretty much. And once that is done, pretty much, here's a look into the next issue. Hercules pretty much comes out of that tomb, or I don't know if it's like a gateway to hell, or it's like some sort of entrapment that Hercules was trapped in. Trident was the only way to open it up. So, once the trident was in place, Hercules pretty much comes out and wants to wreck everything. And he brings like all these ancient creatures with him. Cyclops, Gorgons, harpies, what are they called? The ladies with like the bird wings and everything like that, harpies. And so Aquaman has to fight, Minotaurs, Cyclops. Here's a good shot of everything where he's fighting all these, ancient creatures of Greek mythology. So you got all that stuff. And one last thing, just so I don't give away too many spoilers for anyone who hasn't gotten this far yet. I'm trying to find a good shot of where he's fighting against Hercules. See if I can find anything that's worthy of showing here. But I probably... that might be the best shot that I got. Even though it's Aquaman pretty much getting his ass whooped by Hercules to begin with, I can guarantee you Aquaman comes back and whoops his ass in a big way. So there's Hercules pretty much fighting Aquaman. Pretty cool. So like I said, a lot of stuff happening in this volume. You got Aquaman fighting the Kraken. You got Aquaman fighting Hercules. A lot of good stuff. Volume 5 is probably by far maybe one of my favorites, just because about the fight with the Kraken and the atmosphere punch just sells the rest. Anyway, you guys, there's my quick review on the New 52 Aquaman Volume 5 Sea of Storms. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Like always, please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.